तलुए सहर है शाम कलंदर तुलुए सहर है शाम कलंदर उठो रिंदो उठो रिंदो पियो जाम कलंदर तुलुए सहर है शाम कलंदर. So I would let you know today the greatest dilemma of Islamic world, that they say that Islam is a heritage of Middle East, but Islam is for the whole world. In that regard, they will go to such an extent that even Ahmadiyya Muslims are bound to say that they are the only true Muslims, and no one can accept even accept Islam without accepting that their prophet is if you not follow their prophet, their guide, their Isa, their Mahdi, so then you cannot claim yourself a Muslim. So that's why that is the dilemma, that each and every sect of Islam is binding the people to their own authority, rather even the authority of the only one God, as they say the meaning of Islam. So that's why they don't let the people know very, very deliberately the actual meaning of Islam. So, but as Jesus was also the prophet of Islam, and that verse revealed in Surah Al-Jinn, Allah inna masajida lillahi fala tad'u ma'allahi ahada. So that's why that verse in the Quran, it was revealed actually to Jesus. So to tell the people that the masajid, the place of prostration to the only one God, is, you already know, to the only one God. When we are prostrating ourselves to the only one God, then why the masajid will be regulated by different creeds, different sects of Islam? So, that is the dilemma. What Imam Ahmad Raza told the people of that time, that the time will come when the people will get to know on their own about the virtue of that verse of Quran. So it was actually revealed to Jesus to tell the unseen creatures that, yes, you can also worship in those places together with the humans. And in the time of Jesus, as was in the time of David and Solomon, the jinns, the unseen creatures, came in human form and they worship in those places, together with the humans. So there was Imam of Hazrat Hud alayhi salam. He was himself a jinn. So he was the most mighty thing created in the whole world. So, but he never took anyone's life. In the human form he was, and he never took anyone's life, whether deliberately or indeliberately. So during his time, Islam spread to each and every nook and corner of the world. And such a peaceful was that time that what even Bible cannot tell the people will about the time to come when the animals will be drinking together at the rivers, both the lions, goats, snakes, and donkeys and horses, and and the humans will be supporting each other's right instead of persecuting each other. So that time was even more peaceful. It was the time in the human history. So so in that time there were some generation of the Norwegians in Central Asia. So they got accustomed to the actual virtue of Islam, and then, led by that jinn, those Norwegians led the worship places all over the world. So then when Christianity came, so the Norwegians were convinced that Jesus dying for their sins is a very good thing. So because at that time that was the only faith when the Romans introduced in the whole world. So then again, the Norwegians led that thing. So because Norwegians are courageous people and they won't be subjugated by anyone, so it is very most important that if we are to lead Islam for a sexual cause, then we should be giving authority and will to the Norwegians to lead our worship places. Like my friend Idris, he is a Norwegian and he is a Greek Norwegian. Norwegian Greek, you can call him. So he is very much influenced with the truth of Islam. And I asked him in the bus whether you accepted Islam with your own will. So he told me very, very confidently, yes. So that's the virtue of Islam, that no force or deterioration or persecution, coercion, or convincing power to let the people know. La ikraha fi din. So the greatest dilemma of Islamic world is that they count the masajid, their own, you can say, business places, for ethnic places, and discussing the worldly matters. So you can discuss the worldly matters if it is in regard to the deen of Islam. So you can even laugh, you can make fun with the girls, even in the mosque, no problem. So Islam is nothing against communication. So, but the main thing is that the masajid, the places of prostration towards the grace of God as the only source of seeking His forgiveness, is only for Allah. Allah inna masajida inna masajida lillahi fala tad'u ma'allahi ahada. So that is the cause of the masajid. So if the masajid are led into that cause, so everyone could lead the prayers and everyone can worship the only one God, not only in the name of Jesus, but each and everyone's own name. Tusen takk, Pakistan. Ingen orsak, Norvegistan. So I will continue my video because I wanted to stop here at 747. PK 747 is the flight number of an international plane coming to Norway. So, but yes. Now the flight tickets will be very, very cheap, and you can go to any other place in the world to bow down to the only one God, and while doing your business, your sex work, your anything you like in the world. But God never forbids anything in the world in the cause of the worldly activities. So you can do those things even in the mosque. Yes, but the cause is that the place of worship to only one God, as you already know, belongs to the only one God itself, as it confirms itself as a truth. Thank you so much. Solo. Ha. Tozan ta solo. In namne Jesus Christus, Sonen Amaya. So I stop at die.